Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Heem again. Basically recorded my third reaction video today. This one's gonna be about Philly-On exposing some fake alpha male. Pretty much me and some of my boys were watching some of these videos at work, and so I decided to put this on the channel to see what he's gonna add in this video. I think the last dude that he did was like FedEx Fearless. I might do a reaction on that one because I thought he was a little bit robotic. It's like some dating coach. He's not bad though, but I just saw he was a little robotic in that video, so I'll do a future reaction on that. This one, I'm gonna get into it and see what we can see.
I found him, the final boss of Passport Bros. This video's titled, Why I Date Teenagers as a 36-year-old man.
At the point now where I'm seriously only considering dating actual teenagers, 18 and 19 years old, because women do not come pre-assembled. This is a quote from my good friend, client, and now business partner, Myron Gain. What he means by that, and what I mean by that, is that by the time a woman turns 22, 23, 27, shit.
As I sit here making this video, he has since privated the original, and that's probably for the best considering it's not the flex he thought it was.
Sometimes even by the time they're 20 years old or even younger, they have acquired so many bad habits, so many negative behavior patterns, so many crazy and wrong and harmful opinions and points of view, that it is actually quite staggering how many bad habits needs to be worked out of them, that sometimes it's too late for them.
Everyone knows you need to keep your b****s and hoes tabula rasa, blank slate, so that you can imprint on them. If your feminine, submissive, petite, trad girlfriend is not servicing you all hours of the day, then you failed as a man.
If you date an 18, 19, 20-year-old girl, then they can be saved. Now, when my good friend Myron Gain says women do not come pre-assembled, he means they're not a finished and complete product outside of the box. They need the guidance of a man to kind of push away these bad habits that they may be acquiring from mainstream media, certainly from universities and college campuses. Feminism, movies, pop culture, etc. is actually quite staggering.
I like my girls retarded. The self-report is crazy.
And that's why I'm considering dating younger girls, because they tend to be more of like a blank slate. And very feminine women, if they are dating a guy who has a strong masculine frame, they tend to just kind of absorb his points of view and his ways of thinking and his value system. And truly feminine and naturally submissive women kind of mold themselves.
You look like a fucking caveman. Look in the mirror. Now, some of you may be new
Dude, this gotta be going off, bro.
to the whole passport bro phenomenon. Let me break it down for you. Passport bros are typically Western men who can't find women in their own country because they've convinced themselves that the dating market is cooked. They call them passport bros because they take their passport and travel to third world countries where the Western man is pedestalized. And in doing so,
Hell nah.
somehow they make liking girls gay. They're always chasing and begging and ranting, so they hop on a plane and brag about slamming street meat, and in all honesty, it's sad. But why do passport bros exist in the first place? They're ugly. Their mothers never loved them. They're ugly. Women don't want them. They're ugly. Listen, some men just like to play life on recruit difficulty. Could never be me. You already know I chose to run that shit on Legendary because I demand more of myself. Like, am I supposed to be impressed you paid 46 Colombian prostitutes to sleep with you? The video continues, but essentially he just does mental gymnastics to justify why he likes young cheeks. It's legal, bro. I swear it's legal. Totally don't check my hard drives, bro. Bro, I swear, the age of consent, bro, oh, it's totally legal. Alright, this is how to convince your girlfriend to be cool with you smashing other girls. Hell yeah.
In this video, we're going to talk about the infamous one-sided open relationship. In other words, how to convince your girlfriend to be cool with you sleeping with other girls, but she doesn't sleep with other guys. So in other words, the relationship is open for you. You're allowed to date and see and sleep with other women, but she is only with you. Now, one thing I said, how to
Bro, what? That shit sounds delusional as hell, bro.
convince your girlfriend. There's no convincing your girlfriend. This is not a democracy. You're not putting it to a vote.
If you think this is cool, you're poor, stupid, and a degenerate. Anyone worth anything doesn't have time for this.
It is your way or the highway. You have to have a really strong masculine frame about this.
Masculine frame, bro, looks like he's assembled from spare parts. He's troglodyte pilled. He's turkey maxing.
I see this permission-seeking behavior. And look, there's limits. I'm not saying, you know, your girlfriend has to be 100% your submissive slave and, you know, kiss the ground you walk on, lick the
Gang, that's pretty much what you just said, bro. You said I'm gonna do what I want to do, and she can't do shit.
dirt off your shoes. Not saying that. But if you have proper mate selection and a strong masculine frame, you will be able to navigate this type of relationship with any woman of your choosing. But again, it has to be the right type of woman. You have to go about it the right way. I've done this with about 6 women, more or less. Only one of them was truly a long-term relationship that lasted 2 years, and I never got any lip about it, never had any big fights about it. And I'm going to teach you everything I know about this now. So how do you do it? The first thing I said is proper mate selection. Truly feminine and submissive women. I have a buddy, very good friend of mine, and he has tried many times to do this with his long-term relationship, and long story short, she ain't having it. They've tried it. It's always blown up in his face. He's like, bro, how come you can do this? How can you do this?
Imagine thinking it doesn't work both ways. Well, you see, a key that opens any lock is a master key, but a lock that gets opened by any key is a bad lock. Let me be the one to break this down for you, okay? If you have to sleep around with weak tie relationships blowing your masculine life force for the sake of temporal pleasure, you're a fucking pathetic loser. It's clear you haven't found your purpose, you have no hero's journey, you don't have a vision for the future, you are literally floating in space. We're talking about ooga booga caveman instincts here. I'm such a gooner, I have to sleep with multiple women.
He's not willing to leave his girl. That's fine. That's his prerogative. And monogamy is probably better for him. He's probably making the choice. This isn't for everybody. This is not like the better alternative. You know who you are as a guy. You know what type of guy you are. You know what relationship you want. Monogamy is a perfectly fine thing for some people. It's just not for me. I'm a dirty dog. I got to get down.
Yeah, you look poly, and that's not a compliment. You're a slave to your own goon.
The reason why it's not working for him is not because he's lacking in his masculine frame. I don't think he did the best job of pitching it to her. But again, you're not really pitching it to her. You're not selling her, and you're just telling her how it's going to be. And I think he did too much of that permission-seeking thing. But at the end of the day, it's not for every girl. I'm not some magician wizard guy. I can't make every girl be into this. But I will say one thing. It is somewhat of a determination of how much value you have in the woman's mind, because you'll see things like on the Fresh and Fit podcast, they'll ask the girls, hey, would you do the one-side open relationship thing? They go, hell no, hell no. If he fucking other girls, I'm going to be fucking other guys. They go, okay, fair enough. But what if your boyfriend was Drake? Oh, well, if I was dating Drake, okay, then I'd let him do it and I wouldn't sleep around. So
Truth bomb.
Dude, that's like a terrible analogy, because not all of us have like high status like that. So that doesn't apply to most men.
Ooh.
In some sense, it is all about how much value you have, but there's just certain women that they're just not truly submissive. They may be feminine, but they're not truly submissive. And you won't be able to do this with every girl.
Please teach me the secrets of the feminine mind.
How do I know if she's a truly submissive woman? The main thing you do to understand if you're dating like the right type of girl who's truly in touch with her feminine side, that likes a man to lead, and just if she's into you or not, is compliance. Okay, that's the thing you're looking for. You tell her, hey, you don't get tattoos, you don't get piercings, you don't post these scandalous photos on social media. You don't need the likes and validation. You get internally validated by the goals you achieve and not what random thirsty guys say on this. You go to the gym, you don't drink, you go clubbing.
Yo, tell her, bro. Tell her.
Take advantage of my wisdom and my experience as an older, wiser guy to show you the way. If she complies with that and she goes along with it easy without butting heads and fighting back with you too much, if she's not too much of a shit-testy girl but kind of, submits to her man, you have the right type of girl.
I like to be all of my girlfriend's dad.
The time to bring this up is when the girl says, so Casey Redbeard, we've been dating for a month and a half, 2 months, what are we? Then
what the fuck? He just said Casey Redbeard? That's the greatest name you could come up with?
You lay down the line. Now, I'm going to get into exactly how to ask and how to bring this up in a second. But first, I need to talk about frame control, okay? This is something that one of my earliest mentors in the game, RSD Tyler, a.k.a. Owen Cook from Real Social Dynamics, taught me.
Yeah, there it is. I should have known. The teddy bear soy maxer. Guys, men. More like Owen Allegations Cook.
Your frame control is your ability to maintain a narrative or perspective in an interaction. The person who controls the frame determines the meaning of events, behaviors, and interactions. So the person Your frame could almost be like a synonym with your beliefs. Whoever believes it stronger, whoever has a stronger sense of reality, a stronger frame, will determine the meaning of events in an interaction. So a quick analogy. I'm in this place in Latin America where, even though it's Latin culture, touching and being very cariñoso, affectionate with physical touch is not really generally, accepted too much, especially, on a first date. And I reach across the dinner table, as I'm always doing with the girls. We're face to face. I reach out and I hold her hand to kind of like, hold her hand and like massage it and kind of rub it as we're doing that.
I feel
Oh my God, dude, she was probably scared. I'm not even gonna lie. The way he just reached his hand out, like, bro, that's gotta be scaring the hustlers away, bro.
so bad for the woman who has to look at you face to face.
Yeah,
I
felt
know,
so
because even
bad
though
for
I'm new
her,
here,
bro.
this is like my third or fourth date here, she kind of like tightened up a little bit. I said, listen, I know this is not normal in your culture, but you're on a date with a gringo. We are in Latin America after all. I know here people are very, frigid and, don't really touch too much on the first date, but we're going to have to meet somewhere in the middle. Like, I'm not saying, we have to do, go have an orgy. I didn't say that, but I'm like, we don't have to do all this other stuff, but like, I'm going to hold your hand and caress your hand. Like, don't be ridiculous. She's like, okay,
Oh,
fine,
bro.
I get it. It's cool. You can hold my hand. Like, this is a little weird. This is a little new to me. People don't just like hold hands and like touch and rub hands on a first date. But she accepted my frame. I had a frame that said, this is how people interact.
Dude, that is so masculine of you.
So my frame won, and I determined the
Beating his
meaning
chest.
of what it means to hold hands. She thought it was weird. I thought it was normal. My frame won. Now that's normal. Now, back to this one-sided open relationship thing. If your frame, so here's the thing. It all comes down to who controls the frame on what it means to fuck another chick. Okay, what does it mean to fuck another chick? Does that mean you're falling in love with her? Does that mean you're shopping around and looking for a better option? Or does that simply mean, because of your male DNA, how you were programmed, something that you cannot help, you are just determined to like plant as many seeds as possible? And even if you don't want to father those children, again, we're speaking in like evolutionary psychology terms, you're not actually getting them pregnant, but even though you have no intention of being with that woman long-term, fathering the child, men need variety.
This is not a joke.
When women fall in love with a man, there's a little exceptions, everything has its own nuances, but generally speaking, for the most part, when women are in love, they do not walk around and get aroused and seek out other guys. Like, generally, the thought of having another man's penis inside of them, besides the man they love, is absolutely disgusting. But for a man, it's not.
Speak for yourself. I only love my wife. All those other girls, ew. Get away from me. She's my wife, and I will love her till I die.
Now, if her frame says that men who sleep around are not happy with their woman, men who sleep around are shopping for a better thing, men who do this, it's wrong, it's bad, right? You need to have the frame that it's just when you have sex with another girl, as bad as it sounds to say, that's like a fleshlight. You guys know what a fleshlight is? Like those fake pussy things. It's like a big silicone
Oh, God.
fake that you can buy.
I knew
it's
that's
like
what
you're
you're
fucking
talking
a
about.
fleshlight with a pulse. Like, just tell them that. No.
Yo!
Wait, how do you know all that, gang? How do you know that? Sounds like experience to me.
Babe, it's just like a fleshlight, I swear. The only difference is she has a pulse. Why would you want to soil your bed like that? Especially somebody like me who only sleeps on the best mattress in the world, which is why today's video
Oh,
is sponsored
God.
by Helix. Helix
No.
Lux tall sleep quiz to sleep matched with never Helix. The
That was good. That was
took me
good. That was
just
good.
under too nervous to buy.
Bro, that transition
way.
was stupid.
Comes with a available too for a limited 7%. Thank you to Helix.
Up with a woman. Okay, now
There
your
you go.
frame about what it means to sleep with other women has to be stronger than what her frame, which, she's not gonna like it. She's not gonna like it at first. But you have to tell them like this. Say, you can make analogies and stuff, and maybe I'll include like in the description later on.
Oh my God, I'm low-key falling asleep listening to this guy. It's like, I don't even know, Chief.
Like my full speech, but here's the gist of it. You say, hey, listen, baby. Men are dogs. I think you know this. You've dated other guys and they've cheated on you with girls that are way less attractive than you. Why do they do this? Why would a guy, because all the girls I date are like, 8, 8.5 range, something like that. I get the occasional 9 or 10 sometimes, very rarely, but my sweet spot's about 8, 8.5 is generally the girls that I date for long-term relationships.
No, you don't. No, you don't, bro. You're hitting threes on and off the court, bud.
I'll say, okay, cool. So like, why would a guy who's dating an 8.5 like you know, fuck around and cheat on you with a 5? Like, it makes no sense. Why would they date down so much? It's because they like variety. And, you know, like all these male rappers, like, you know, Jay-Z, or you can use a reggaeton artist. You know, do you think J Balvin and what's the other guy from Medellin? I can't think of his name right now. Doesn't matter. But the other, Maluma. Do you think Maluma and J Balvin, when they were coming up in their reggaeton career, do you think they slept around and they were with a lot of different women? Yes. Absolutely. Of course, J Balvin and them were all man whores and things like that.
The reality is, these men are hedonists with no self-control and probably hate themselves.
Men always want some type of variety. And so you're like, yeah, you know, I get it, I understand. And then again, your frame about what it means needs to be stronger. You need to make it clear, hey, listen, I'm not shopping around for your replacement. I want no emotional attachment. When you have sex with a guy, or any woman has sex with a guy, she likes to, on some level, she must like his personality, okay? I can separate the two. You have to make that very, very clear.
The answer's no, but has this man ever genuinely talked to a woman? There are girls out there who are more cutthroat and ruthless than any men could dream of being.
You know, be like, how many women will go out and like pick up like a male prostitute? Like, what's the market for like male gigolos? Like, why aren't like the hottest guys, you know, in the world constantly propositioned to be like male gigolos?
They probably are.
You probably are.
Because women need at least some type of connection. If they can tell that the guy is just like grossed out by them, they don't like his personality, he's a weirdo, they don't want to have sex with him, right? I mean, for the most part, right? Like, there's probably a few older women who play like, you know, gigolos and stuff, right? But for the most part, they cannot separate the two. Say, baby,
Women are simple creatures. Everybody knows that.
you cannot separate the two. I get it. You're a girl. You're my angel. You're my darling. You're my baby. I love that. You know, I love that you know, my personality attracts you just as much as my physical thing.
On what planet?
But guys are more visual, and your personality is what keeps with you long term. With these other sluts, it's just 100% physical. And
Somehow his personality is freakier than what he looks like.
also, I set down some rules that I chose to abide by. Now, these are not rules that, I don't know how to say this, she's imposing or whatever. These are, you know, very reasonable rules. There is some flexibility, right? Like, remember I said at the beginning of the video, I don't want a girl that's necessarily licking the dirt off my shoes, you know, complete slave. So here are the rules you say to her. Say, baby, listen, here's what we're going to do. These other bitches mean nothing to me. We already talked about this, how men, you know, we're just programmed. It's in our DNA. I want variety. I would never ask you in a relationship
Bro, there's no way. I feel like that's word for word what he'd literally say.
to give up something that you love and desire and need deeply. If you were to ask me to only be with you and I couldn't, you know, fuck other girls just for fun, that would be asking me to give up. Like that would crush my soul. I would be actually depressed. So here's what I'm going to do for you.
Oh, my penis hurts. Oh, please, I need to bang other girls. Would you do that for me?
No, babe. I will always wear a condom with these other bimbos. They will never sleep in my bed. You are the only girl that gets to share her bed and spend the night and sleep over with me. I will not take these hoes on vacation. They will never meet my family. I will never post or claim them on any type of social media, and I will not date them.
Wow, what a deal. The value proposition.
Wow. So I'm just gonna let my man go out here and just slang wood. And okay, babe, that's a great idea. You slang these hoes and don't take them seriously. As long as you come back to me. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, what woman in their right mind would take that? Unless you're like some celebrity or like high status guy and she's literally like simping hard as fuck for you. But like, bro, I don't know. That's crazy.
I hear a lot of objections to
That's
this.
so
all
kinda
the time,
crazy.
right?
Like, I feel like a woman like her, bro, she's just not, like, a real woman's not gonna let that shit happen, bro. She's gonna stand on business and be like, hey, you either want me or you don't. Like, what the fuck is this?
Guys say, no healthy girl would do this. This won't work long term. This won't work when you have kids. I did this long term. I did this for like 2 years. The only like lip or everything I would get about it once in a while is like if she would find like some clear evidence. So here's the thing. The way you do this is you get permission. Well, like, again, it's not permission. You tell the girl and you get like a verbal, like, yes, like, I don't know what the words, like acceptance of it or like she's aware of it. Again, it's not.
Nigga, it's permission. You basically asking her for that and she's agreeing to it. That's permission.
Permission, right? But like
Consent? Is that a word you're not used to? It's not permission, because I would never ask permission to do something as a man because I'm setting the masculine frame.
She knows what's going on, but you guys know what the fuck is going on. And then you try to hide it as if you were cheating anyway. You never want to be blatant about it. You always want to lie and make excuses. When you go on other dates,
Wait,
you always
what?
want to lie and give some excuse. Like, you know, you never say, oh, I'm seeing another girl tonight. No, you hide it. You clean up the hair. You clean up the condom wrappers. You wash the sheets. You make sure there's no makeup that got on your shirt. You delete, you know, emails from like your Uber receipts or any type of evidence that would leave that.
What a disgusting fucking pig.
But that's so stupid because that defeats the whole purpose of you telling her that you want to do that, and then you just want to hide it. Like it, bro. Isn't that basically just like cheating then? Like, I mean, yeah, you basically said you told her, but like now you're just hiding behind her back after telling her. Like, bro, that shit doesn't even make any sense, bro. Like, you might as well just cheat, right? You might as well just go ahead and cheat and not say nothing. Like, that's crazy.
I guess the bar is really this low. I guess there are men out there that are this disgusting. And not, like, morally disgusting. I can get over that part. But, like, actual, like, he looks like he smells. Like, he looks like he has a disease.
The way that I explained it before is like, hey, listen, babe, like I can separate the two. Guys, you know, are super visual. You know, I don't need to be, you know, like the girl's personality and all this stuff, right? And what we talked about with like the rules, like I'm gonna wear a condom, and you know, this isn't gonna risk, you know, I'm not gonna leave you for any of these bimbos. There's to be no like long. I'm not gonna date them long enough to start catching feelings for any of them, and like blah, blah, blah. So you either didn't pitch it right. Your value is just not high enough to that girl. You got to work on yourself, get your finances up, get your body up, get your masculine frame up, get your confidence up, things like that. Or, yeah, like, I don't know if I said this, you just picked the wrong girl. You didn't pick like a truly submissive woman.
To me, when
the
you
hell?
don't have a level of respect for your girlfriend, the person that you're supposed to love, and you just do what you want because it feels good in the moment, I can't trust you as a person.
You don't lead with the money. This is not about money. I can already see the fucking running the comments right now. He's just paying these girls. He's just a John. First of all, in my case, there was zero financial involvement. But I'm just saying, it's another way of like increasing your status to value. Kind of like why the girls say like, oh, well, you know, if Drake were my man, you know, Drake could do it. Part of it is because of his status, sure, but part of it is because when you imagine your lifestyle with Drake, it's like, you know, yachts, private jets, caviar dinners, and things like that. Now, all in all, you know, your masculine frame, all this and that is, you know, very, very strong. But like, no matter how strong my masculine frame is, or no matter how I'm good at communicating what this, you know, one-sided relationship actually means, what like, you know, sex with other women actually means. Like I said a million times, it's not gonna work on the wrong type of girl.
This is why, as a 36-year-old man, you need to be grooming teenagers in foreign countries. Trust me, it's
Shit.
the best meta.
The best way you can
He said
have
meta.
a gigantic roster of women that you can just date, and choose from and hand select. Maybe you want a girl who's also bisexual. Maybe she takes part. I never had a bisexual girl that would take part in this stuff with me. They were always, you know, strictly heterosexual, unfortunately. But in the future, like if you guys want the girl to also be bisexual and join in with you on the smashing of other girls, you're going to have to line up a lot of candidates. The single best way to do this is by having a high status social media. If you have a high status social media where you're dressed super well, you're at rooftop lounges in amazing places, you're eating with cool groups of guys, they're all well dressed, they all look sharp, they're, you know, well groomed and stuff. There's some hot girls at the dinners too, and she's like, who are those hot girls that he's with? Vacations, nice places, fun, jet skis, yachts.
I feel bad for men like this, but I have to remind myself that they do it to themselves. It's a never-ending cycle of self-hatred and pity, masked with a hedonic treadmill, always chasing the shinier object, always wanting to be surrounded by the right people. It's insecurity.
And then, you know, fun, exciting. You have, you know, entertaining videos. You're going on entertaining rants. You can even, if you want to go all out like me and my friends, we actually did like a fake podcast. We actually rented a podcast studio. It's called a Fakecast in Portuguese. A fake cast, Fakecast, Portuguese, hilarious language. We actually did that. Girls have even told me like, I only followed you back because you seemed really important. You were doing podcasts and shit like that. And
The level of
Damn. Rest in peace, bro. I only followed you back because you do podcasts and stuff and you seem important, bro. Not even because he's attractive or I think you might be cool to hang out with. Like, they just said, well, look like you got clout, bro. I'm gonna hop on. Like, what? How's that a flex?
psychopathy needed to rent out a podcast studio so that you seem important on social media in an effort to attract opportunistic slugs
Clout
is
demons.
insane.
I am giving away free Instagram audits to help you schmucks because you guys desperately need it. And it's free. Did I say it was free? Yes. I will get on the
I
call
heard
with
you
you.
the first time.
Not my team, not my assistant. At least for now. In the future, I will outsource this to assistants. But for a limited time, I will still be the personally one to do that. Check the description of this video. My Instagram is RedbeardRants1. There will be a link there in the description of this video. And go to that Instagram and message me audit. Once again, go to my Instagram, link in this video, and the
Wow, this guy's so alpha. I guess I'm gonna have to finally listen to him and take that advice.
description of this video, and message me the word audit, AUDIT, audit.
I have this strange lingering feeling that the FBI is going to message him audit.
All right. Well, that's pretty much the video. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Just pretty straightforward. This guy was just pretty much a creep. His experiences sounded a little weird. Sounds like he's not really operating in the real world, and he kept mentioning that you need to like status and all this stuff to like pull weird strategies off. Like, I don't know. It was very weird. Like, I don't know why he's putting that on YouTube. Like, I don't know. That was just weird. That's all I really got to say about it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I'll probably leave my TikTok in the link in the description, and more reaction videos will be coming up on the channel. I have another 2 that I'm uploading before this video. I got the Ghetto Bodybuilder. I might title that OG Spits Game. I got another one coming out, AMP Try Not to Laugh Challenge. And then this one, I might just title this like, I don't know, the same thing, like Fake Alpha Male Exposed or whatever. I don't know. But that's pretty much it, guys. You take care.